How's that, folks, for the most interesting opening shot we've ever seen here on London City Walks. It's Monday morning, and I decided that it's time to go to the employment office and get a job. So like every other very hungry, very needy, and very underfunded peasant on these steps, we're all queuing for the office to open and submit our applications. Now the thing is, guys, I've got almost no skills, I'm very inarticulate, and I'm pretty sure that whatever I apply for, they're going to reject me. So for the final time, guys, on the channel, I will show you how busy it gets, even at the beginning of the week. It's completely ridiculous, but there it is. Damn it, I missed the boat as well. It was either go to the employment centre or get on the boat, but I missed the boat. It's going without me. Story of my life. Always getting left behind. But notice this morning the pier is empty. Why is it empty? Well, two reasons. I mean, obviously the boat just departed, although it wasn't full. But more importantly, it's Monday, which means everyone is at work. Look, except for the people that are not, i.e. Tourists and visitors to our lovely city, of which there are multitudes, as you can all see. So you might be asking yourself, why the hell is this stupid idiot repeating himself going back across the bridge? We know there are no scammers, we know there are no ice cream sellers, we know there's no ball and cup game, and we know there's no one selling pictures on an iPad with a bunch of red balloons. Well, folks, that would be a perfectly reasonable question. Let me explain. You might think that at the weekends it's really busy, but you know, the rest of the week there's no one around. You'd be wrong, as this amply and aptly tells you. However, the main reason is that, thanks to one of my exceedingly kind... one second, someone left a bag on the floor. It's going to get stolen, look. I wonder if it's theirs, actually. I hope it's this bro's bag. That's it, bro. Look, he could have immediately ended up getting thrown in an anti-terrorist vehicle and carted off, which would not have been good, would it? I mean, it would have been great for our content, but not for the rest of his day. What's this? Cash and card. I wonder what those little things are. Oh, what's this one? Okay, so we've got some new people here, but I have no clue what that is. What's this? Oh, like an historic photo with an old style camera. That'll be £77.50, please, per print. Okay, much as I am a fan of the bagpipes, I'm not really feeling like enjoying the sound of a cat being strangled this morning, so I'm going to cross over. Thank you, Miss Cyclist. And guys, I do appreciate all of your concern about my road safety skills. It's funny, you know, because we've had a lot of apparent near misses on the channel, i.e. me getting close to vehicles. Wow, I haven't heard or seen a bong that big since I was at college. Anyway, so yes, often, very often, it appears that, you know, there's a pending doom. Myself, a vehicle approaching fast, and you're thinking, my God, if John gets run over, I'm going to go back to have to watch YouTube Shorts instead. People know, okay? I know it looks like that, but it's kind of the way that you have this sense of immediacy with the way that I film it and the way that the camera picks it up. Not even close, ever, to getting run over or hit by a vehicle, I promise. I'm super careful, like really super careful. There have been a couple of like small, you know, oops, you stepped in the street too quick moments, but nope, I don't take unnecessary risks. I'm one of those people that, you know, tries to produce controversial content for the sake of it. There's not really much point, because, you know, it might be interesting for a couple of weeks, but then afterwards you go, it's not real, he just you know, made that up, blah blah blah. So what's the point? But really, really magnificent weather to start the week. That's part of the reason why I thought it would be great to be outside and have a little look around at our immediate environment. But yeah, back to my story. It's not really a story, I mean, it's actually true. Yeah, one of my colleagues, someone else that films at Horseguards, posted in our little group this morning that Horseguards is currently closed. Now, we don't know when it's going to open, what time it's going to open. Obviously, it's due to rehearsals, tripping the colour, VIPs visiting, whatever, the usual stuff. It might even well be somebody from the King's Royal Horse Artillery. because they were briefly at the Ministry of Defence yesterday afternoon. So they might well be scoping out whatever, drawing up some plans, getting ready. We had a few of these closures last year in the weeks before the King's Troop arrived, because much as some of the King's Troop will be very experienced. For example, Lady Lieutenant, that became very famous in last year's videos. Blonde, very attractive Lady Lieutenant in the Lieutenant, got it right. Lady Lieutenant, who was very popular. She's due to return this year, now as a full captain, folks, in the King's Troop. Yeah, she was promoted to full captain after last year at Horseguards, and a sterling job she and her gunners did, to be honest. I mean, it was magnificent. It's going to be the highlight of the summer, seeing the King's Troop back, without a doubt, especially as they've got probably around 75-80% female. So almost all the gunners and a good handful of the officers as well, including 2 female captains, folks, would you believe? We'll be back to delight us and protect Horseguards from pesky tourists at the end of next month. Date to be confirmed, but when I have it, you guys will have it. Alright, so we're crossing back over, heading toward our favourite phone boxes. People choose some very interesting little spots though to take pictures. Good light that they've called there, coming through the colonnade. Very nice. It really is a magnificent morning. It's 20 degrees, everybody. I've got short sleeves. As you can see, a lot of the tourists are also in t-shirts and short sleeves already. But if you look at the sky, how many clouds can you count, people? That's right. It's completely clear and a glorious sunny blue. Which, to be honest, is what we would like. Ideally, starting today for the next 3 months, every single day. Magic wand. I mean, it's obviously not going to be like that, but it would be great if it were like that. That's the ideal, I would say, arguably. Right, so we have to kind of walk at a pace behind this massive group, but once we get to the crossing, we will zoom past. Right. Here's the spot. Zoom past already. Lucky me. I was going to get stuck behind a bunch of Swedes. If I wanted to get stuck behind a bunch of Swedes, I'd go and spend a weekend at an English country farm. Okay, right, so over we go. I'm genuinely surprised though, actually, that there are this many people out and about on a Monday. Yes, it's a working day, yes, it's a normal day, but goodness gracious me. Oh wait, is it a bank holiday? I'm actually starting to wonder now. So hold on, how is it this busy on a normal day? I don't think I mean, I hope it's not a bank holiday. That said, I don't really know about those kind of things, which might sound odd as an English person, but I genuinely have no clue. Okay, I'm watching my road traffic safety, guys. I'm not going to run in front of this bus. Coach. Even the traffic levels are very high for the beginning of the week in Central. Extremely. Look, it's green, everybody. Before you all tell me off, it's actually green. It's almost as green as some of the these tourists. Gosh, it's really lovely out today. Breezy, warm. I can feel that vitamin D passing through my epidermis. Enriching my life. Okay, there's Monsieur Toot bus. Toot toot. Oh, damn, this bro is going super fast. He thinks he's Lewis Hamilton. Oh god, here we go. Didn't take long, did it? Interesting moments, as usual. Oh la la behind me. Which country do they say oh la la? Anyone? I'll give you one guess. In fact, I think it's only actually in one language that oh la la as an expression exists. It's one of my favourites actually, oh la la. Okay, I'm not going to go over there because I'll probably end up getting annoyed, but we've got the usual bunch of Instagram airheads in the middle there, jumping around and taking pictures and making little reels. The only place in the whole of London that I know of that's busier for models, inverted commas, to be making reels and doing Instagram like really professionally with tripods and everything else, is a certain restaurant in Mayfair. And it's not just because that restaurant is very well known with quite extraordinary, like really extraordinary interior architecture and design, but that restaurant has a private members club at the back, and they admit two groups of people, very, very rich overseas males, typically Middle Eastern, North African, Persian, a little bit of a mix, but primarily, see where I'm going with this, rich Arabs fundamentally, and then young wayward ladies. I won't say much more about that, but let's just say that their nationality is typically Brazilian, Ukrainian, Polish, Russian, sprinkling of English faces just to make things, a little bit more even. But that is the way. Yep. Bro just notices in the video. That is the way things work. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. Are you guys waiting to get your pictures with the? Where are you from?
Croatia.
Oh, you're Croatian, yeah? I'm from here. It's funny though, because this is kind of one of the most popular spots, obviously because you want to get a great picture. But the problem is this morning, the light, even though it's bright, it's a little bit hazy.
Really?
It is a little bit hazy, so you're not going to get perfect shots.
Of course.
But this is still a good
Please
spot.
don't post us on YouTube.
You don't want to be on YouTube?
No.
Come on, you're the best looking couple from Croatia. Why would you not want to be on YouTube?
No, please don't.
It'll get lost in my footage, don't worry, I promise, okay? But have a good day. Okay, guys, I'm booking a ticket to Croatia later. Anyway, moving swiftly onward. Here we are. We've now got, I don't know, Miss Burma, whatever, waiting for a call from her local leader to discuss the future direction of government policy. Oh, please don't post on YouTube, damn it. I mean, right in the middle of my video. I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. They're lovely people. He's a good looking guy. She's a super looking girl. I mean, at the end of the day, public place and all that, they're not kids, so I guess they're going to be on YouTube. Anyway, continuing on. Let's hope when we get to, horseguards, it's actually open, because I've done a good intro this morning. We'll hit horseguards at around the 15 to 16 minute part, but if it's closed, what am I going to do, everybody? I'm going to have to get on my knees and cry to one of the troopers and be like, please open the gates, like please, please let us in, so that we can film. Oh. That bro looks really shady, like really shady. Okay, we're quite empty police-wise and vehicle-wise. I was thinking about popping in to have a chat with our Chancellor guys about his proposal to raise taxes, but like Mr. Sunak, I think he'll probably just avoid the meeting and avoid direct questions, because if it's a typical person on the street, i.e. moi, they wouldn't be prepared for the type of questions I would have, and more importantly, their PR people would be like, oh, you didn't really ask that, did you? Blah, 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 respect the office and respect the man, all that kind of rubbish, which is a get out of jail clause for, you know what, they don't like to speak to the hoi polloi, we're beneath them. But hey, we all know that, don't we, folks? That's right. Otherwise, our leaders would submit themselves to regular public forums, which were unmoderated, where members of the public could turn up and ask important, relevant questions to our elected representatives. But they're too scared to do that, because they value their allowances too much. Way too much. Anyway, we're coming up to the cenotaph, which, whilst looking lovely, is unguarded this morning, which is good. Why? Because it means they're not thinking there's a direct threat. And let's be honest, people, we don't want direct threats, do we? Certainly not to national memorials. I'll tell you something, I was reading Simon Hefferslay's book in the library. Yeah, guys, I still go to the library on Saturday evening. Might sound like a weird thing to do, but yeah, before dinner I was reading Simon Hefferslay's book, and he was giving a really, really graphic description of the victory parade that winded its way through central London, okay, after the First World War. An extraordinary thing. That victory parade, at its longest, people, wait for this, bear in mind we had a lot of decommissioned soldiers that were sleeping in Hyde Park, sleeping in tents in Hyde Park. That victory parade at its longest was 7 miles long, okay? Soldiers, etc. 7 miles. Can you even imagine what kind of a spectacle it would have been? Union flags everywhere, hundreds of thousands of cheering civilians who obviously, at that point, 1918, would have been completely and utterly fatigued by 4 years of all-out war. But 7 miles long, eh? What a different world it would have been. What a completely different view they would have had. However, one thing that would have been consistent, largely, the architecture on this street. And I seem to remember, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but it was Marshal Foch, leader of the French forces, apparently, according to Mr. Heffer, arrived at Victoria Station to join that victory parade. Now that made me think for a second, hold on a second, wait, how did he arrive at Victoria Station? I mean, coming from where? I'm guessing a train from, probably brought over by a naval vessel, then a train from the coast over or whatever up to Victoria. But yeah, a really graphic description of the celebrations after the First World War. Annoying enough, because he's written so many books, I don't even remember the name of it, but it's Simon Heffer's latest masterpiece. It was the third or fourth volume. We've got a lot of historians that have made a name for themselves writing about late Victorian period, early 20th century, interwar period, a lot. Dominic Sandbrook, David Kynaston, Richard Overy, I mean the list goes on, but Simon Heffer has a very, very, in my opinion, unique ability to bring quite mundane detail to life and sort of make it explode off the page. So any of you like a bit of British social, political, military, everything history, all kind of mixed together and told beautifully and eloquently in prose, Simon Heffer, folks. Okay, so we're coming up to the front gates, and as you can all see, they're closed. However, with this many people here, I can't see they're going to leave it closed. Lots of police in the yard. If it were going to stay closed with almost no chance of opening, there would be no police in the yard, I can tell you that. So that's definitely a good point. However, okay, yeah, we've got like serious prep out the back. The household division are in their glorious red tunics, folks, on horseguardsparade ground at the back. Let's see actually if I can spot a trooper through the railings. There are plenty of people here walking and hoping to go through, but obviously it's not happening. Nope, can't see a trooper. That is a real, isn't it? Very unfortunate. But that's the reason, people. However, every other morning when we've been here, it's been open. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm seeing. Look, household division, red summer tunics. They must be absolutely baking this morning out there. We're bang on 11, so at the moment horseguards is an hour late in opening. The first horses and guards of the day are normally out at 10. I say not normally, I mean they're always out at 10, unless there's something particularly different. Now, I've got 4 police officers, Ministry of Defence police officers in the yard, and a trooper. So there is a trooper there. I can't get close enough to question him, and nor at this point should I. It's not fair to put a camera in his face. However, my money's on it opening pretty soon. Another trooper popping into the tunnel. I think it might well be because they've got some very senior fellows at the back. And for whatever reason, they've decided to leave the tunnel gates open this morning. Not sure why. And it is a very warm morning. Whereas before, when they've had rehearsals, the gates were closed at the back. So what I'm going to do, lovely people, is pause the video, try and speak to the trooper, or the MDP off camera, and then come back with an update, hopefully shortly. I'll be right back, guys. Hold tight. We are back, everybody. Thanks to the lovely trooper on the right by the gate. He has confirmed that it's closed, and he's not expecting it to reopen until this afternoon. Not really surprised. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of personnel out the back, so horseguards is in lockdown. But hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. And the reason it doesn't matter Let me get you a lovely sort of,
Do you have some local knowledge as to how we could get round to the other side of Horseguardsparade?
I mean, follow me if you want. I'm going to go that way now. Yeah.
The gentleman's going round.
They're not going to open it. The trooper just told me for at least a couple of hours. He said between noon and 1 p.m. possibly.
So our son works in one of the offices over there.
Is he in this one, the old Admiralty building?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll show you how to get there, guys.
Right.
They don't understand actually. A lot of tourists, when they complain, they don't understand that people have normal lives and colleagues and relatives that work in these buildings. So when it all gets shut down, you're a bit like, oh no, what am I going to do? But to be honest, notice the soldiers at the back in their red tunics. They must be absolutely boiling, knowing this.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely boiling.
Our son just sent us a message to say
We're out
Horseguards
practicing.
are in full.
To say if you guys don't get here shortly, early lunch at the Ritz is cancelled. It's still a great day though. Did you come down from far to London today, or you're Londoners?
Well, we live in York. We came down yesterday.
Oh, okay. Wow. So, I mean, I guess worst way you could ask the military to refund your train tickets if you can't see your son. Good luck with that though. But it's not a terribly far walk around Trafalgar Square. Admiralty Arch is a bit of a mess, but after that we'll get around toward the end of the Mall.
Do you know how long they'll be out practicing this morning?
Now it's a curious thing because normally they're finished by now,
right.
but the troopers seem to think between noon and 1 o'clock, which was a bit of a problem. I mean, hopefully, I'll show you where, you should be able to access the old Admiralty building from the Mall side, because the Horseguardsparade side will definitely not be accessible this morning, no way. I'll be talking a little bit but to myself because I was in the middle of a video when I met you guys. Okay folks, so we're walking now. No problem. We're walking along Whitehall, obviously people, away from Parliament Square. We're walking towards Trafalgar Square. Why? Because I'm going to try and get us a bit of a view of what's going on, and or possibly some of the troop movements around Horseguardsparade. I have no clue if the King's troop might be there. A lot of the household division are there. Obviously this year, trooping the colour. Irish Guards are leading trooping the colour. It's an Irish Guards year. So the majority of the household division soldiers that we'll see the Irish Guards, but we'll have a whole mixture. And I saw more senior officials there actually. Lots of braiding and stuff than I've seen for a while. But in addition, lovely folks I've just met whose son works in the old Admiralty building. I'll tag you along with me. That way they can get to the old Admiralty building quickly, which is where I'm going to try and take you guys. We might not get to see the best side of it, because the best side of it is facing onto the parade ground. I mean, that's great if you work there, because you've got absolutely magnificent views over Horseguardsparade, but it's not great if you don't work there and it's closed and locked down because it's very, very awkward to get in. Anyway, people, yeah, in the sunshine, could think of some worse views. There is Nelson's column, guys. Admiral Lord Nelson. That was a red phone box, but obviously it's not red anymore. It's not a Wi-Fi hotspot. And you can tell the horses, probably the police horses and all that, if you would. Been along here a little while ago and left a little deposit for the tourist visitors. But it is looking rather lovely, isn't it? National Gallery 200-year anniversary. The yellow banners are for hanging. You can see them there. There was a bit of celebration light show and stuff recently. That's all over and done with now. A Free Assange poster on the side of that van as well, and a very interesting coloured Tropicana bus. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, they've closed usual access, but we can get in by going left and a little bit around, but we're nearly there. It's the Waldorf Astoria, folks. London Admiralty Arch, as you can see, still under construction, due to open next year. Hopefully it will open next year. Because this at the moment is probably the biggest building site I saw in the whole of central London. It's an enormous structure. I mean, I guess the upside to it being sold off and privatised is that it will be massively cleaned up. The stonework, that is. I think once it reopens, once Admiralty Arch reopens, it'll probably look the best it's ever looked since construction. Because without a doubt, the Reuben brothers would have been told, as owners of the Waldorf Astoria, they would have been told that, hey, yeah, blah, 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 but there would have been a lot of conditions attached. It's a grade 1 listed building after all. So conditions obviously would have been to make sure everything is not only kept in its original state, but cleaned and made to look absolutely sparkling. Although I very much doubt they would have insisted on council housing being provided as part of that deal. Alas. Okay, so around we go. A bit like the Bridge of Sighs in Oxford, actually. This bridge, interconnecting bridge between Admiralty Arch and the old Admiralty building. I mean, a lovely bridge. I don't actually think it's used anymore. It looks kind of out of sorts, to be honest. Okay, so we're approaching the old Admiralty building. Here we are, folks. Let's hope he'll let you in. He's going to be like, I don't believe you haven't got a son or a daughter here. You're a US tourist just trying to get in to get a free view around the British building. But hopefully it'll be all right. But I bid you good day. Nice to meet you guys. Enjoy. Pleasure. Department for Business and Trade. Okay, so I left them behind me. I was trying not to walk too fast. Elderly couple, absolutely lovely. Joy to speak to them, down from York, as they said at the beginning. Now, part of the reason I can absolutely 100% guarantee you we've got some VIPs. Look at this unusual sights here. I have no clue who it might be. I'll have a look at the plates, because if they're diplomatic vehicles, we might well get the country code. So VIPs with their chauffeurs. Nope, no country codes, but as you can see, guys, the vehicles all have a D number, D, another number. D obviously denoting diplomatic vehicle. Yeah. 239D858. Which country? No idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh, this driver's got a bit unstuck, look. He was hoping to go along the Mall, and then he realised it's not possible because it's closed. So you've got something of an unusual walk this morning, but, and here's a reason to be super excited, everybody, I can see a horse. I can actually see a horse. Now let's hope that the horse I can see, a glorious grey, doesn't decide to run away between now and my... Oh, I can see two horses. We're completely locked down. Look, the entire area. Closed, shut. Oh gosh, here we go. So now we've got some super loud military music in the background, which in all likelihood might well actually destroy the video entirely. However, I don't care. Why don't I care? Because at the end of the day, we're here to catch these amazing sights and nothing more. Here are the horses. As I said, a grey behind us, dapple grey, and a bay. I'm going to cross over so that we hopefully can get a good shot as the troopers, well not troopers, they're soldiers, household division soldiers, are marching out from here. Officers giving me the beady eye this morning, a bit like, oh hold on a second, who's this guy? Irish Guards, everybody. How good is my timing, eh? Definitely Irish Guards. Let's see from the plume. Well, well, well. How's about that, eh, ladies and gents? I know what you're thinking. He set that up. Guys, I haven't got contacts that good, trust me. What extraordinary timing, eh? I mean, utterly extraordinary. Anyway, they're off to the palace. Why? Why not? I, meanwhile, I'm going to try and go into St James's Park. Cross over. minding out the SEG vehicle. I really would not like to get shot by a sniper. But another good reason to have crossed over the road, folks, we've got some horses coming with some senior officers. Ranks, not sure. We'll see in a moment. I think where I'm standing now is probably, looking from any tourist way, the best spot. We're going to get some absolutely magnificent horses coming into the frame in just a moment. I think we've got no, I don't recognise him actually, the fellow in the middle. Anyone? I mean, obviously very senior. What is he? Major Brigadier, Lieutenant Colonel, I don't know. Can't really see from the pips, but a senior and spready looking fellow nonetheless. Was it a crown pip? Can't actually see. How's about that, guys, eh? Who needs horse guards when we have these kind of views in the centre of London on a Monday morning? Golly. And that's not it. There are more. HCAV officers. Actually, there might be NCOs. I'm just trying to see if I recognise any of the faces. Golly. Okay, one I recognise, two I recognise. Three are okay. All right, interesting. Blues and Royals. Absolutely spectacular.
You found your way here then.
Remarkably, I thought to myself, should I pop on? But then a couple came over to me and said, their son works in the old Admiralty building. So I said, oh, I'm going to go that way then. To arrive at the second the Irish Guards are leaving. Like, what good timing, eh? It looks like they're about to pull the barriers back as well, possibly. That'll be a nice surprise.
We had the long guard extras, you know, the captain, standard.
Yep.
They rode down to join up with the old guard.
So where have they gone now then? Who? I mean, where?
So the old guard, a long guard, old guard is in there at the moment.
Okay.
So presumably a new guard's going to come down. As I was saying to some other people, they might be coming the other way around because of all this going on.
So there's a good point thinking about it. Yeah. So we might still catch the
They might still be
changeover.
But like last week, they might do it in the afternoon. There's one day
In
last
fact,
week.
they will. Yeah, they'll do it at 4 o'clock. They will. Yeah, it's just too many people about at the moment.
I read up over the weekend and found out the schedule for down there.
Okay.
And found out how it was interfering with this lot. So
Yeah, it's
I
a
knew
bit
what's
of a.
going on.
I mean, it's great that I found it. I don't know whether the music's going to kill the video or not, but I mean, I hope not. I'm going to ask the police if they think it will reopen.
I was
Fingers crossed.
chatting to the various people like I do. A lady down there, her daughter's in the band, just went by.
So she got a super view then, didn't
Oh,
she?
she's got a camera like yours and she's following it down there.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, what an amazing morning though. This weather is incredible. Let's hope the police might be a bit receptive to questioning. They might not like me getting close with a big pole, but hey, it doesn't hurt to ask, guys. Let me just quickly ask them.
Not me, personally. Yes, fair. No, thank you.
Sorry guys, morning. Do you know what time roughly they're planning to reopen it, or is it still up in the air?
They've said about lunchtime-ish.
Yeah, what does that mean, like in HK? Is that like 11?
That's a piece of string. We've not really been told too much, so
Yeah.
we're hoping relatively soon.
But lunchtime for them is when the Uber Eats order turns up, so I mean it could be pretty much,
I'm going to say hopefully within the next hour or so.
yeah, ready for breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you had a long morning.
Lunch, isn't it? I have had a lot. I was up at 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You were up at 3 o'clock this morning? Why that early?
because we don't normally police this bit.
Lewisham or that's the
No, I'm north east, like Waltham Forest.
Oh, bloody hell. So you've got quite a long journey home then, haven't you, when you're done?
So I've got to go home, drop people off at a different station, then go to work, and then drive myself an hour home.
So you're going to get home like about 5 o'clock this evening. This rain.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we need more coffee. No, I mean, it's the thing we were just saying. It's obviously it's a nice day. Everyone's glad to see us.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot worse. Imagine having to do this if it's pouring down, as it was in fact at the beginning of last week. So it worked out well for you guys in the end, didn't it?
It's nice we actually get a show as well. So
Yeah, it's true. People are paying good money to be seeing this next month. You guys get it for free. Okay, brilliant. Where are you going?
Sicily?
Oh, damn. Wait, you actually look half Italian. Are you part Italian?
No.
No?
I know what. Not unless my dad was
But that part of East London, though, or North East London, there are a lot of Spanish mix that you wouldn't even know about. Your dad might well have Spanish relatives.
Oh
you didn't
no,
know
they're both from Yorkshire.
about. Are they really?
Yeah, really. As far as I've been told. If my dad's their dad.
So you stick out like a sore thumb when you go to Yorkshire with that accent, I'm sure.
Massively.
Yeah.
When I grew up there, and then I always had the idea, like like the long gaze, so they were so fast and fast and stuff. And I was like, no, I just speak like this. I just chose which side of the A I wanted to be on, to be long A rather than short A. So, and then I moved back down here, and they were like, oh, you blend in perfectly, and I was like,
Yeah, you certainly do. You've got great eyes, by the way. You've got amazing eyes.
thank you, have a lovely day.
You too. See ya.
I'll leave you to wait, mate. I'm going to see what's going on.
All right, I'll see you a bit later, yeah? Guys, sorry, I had to riz the policewoman because she was so incredibly lovely. Certain person watching, you know what I'm like, so take it with a pinch of salt. Right, let's get around to Horse Guards front again. Why are we going back around again? Well, we're not. What I mean by that, there's no point in going back to the front of Horse Guards because it's closed. So what I'm going to do, everybody, instead, is I'm going to live up to the moniker of the channel, the City Walk. So I'm going to show you how lovely it is to stroll along the Mall on a bright and sunny day. Now, obviously, in an ideal world, I would have that lovely officer's hand in mine, and we'd be skipping and enjoying ourselves as we go along. However, life doesn't always work out that way. So I'm in the middle of the Mall, hopefully not about to get arrested, fingers crossed, and heading toward Buckingham Palace, ladies and gents. Yes, heading toward the palace. Ta-da! I mean, it really is. It's been actually a long time thinking about how long has it been since we had a walk along the Mall? Months. I mean, actually, it's been months. So having gotten part of HK, I mean, we've got some horses in the video, we've got some kingsguards. I mean, we are kind of on topic, aren't we, to be honest? Yeah. Plus we're incorporating a walk as well. So the middle of, or the central area of the Mall, guys, heading toward the palace, away from Admiralty Arch. I will flip us around, because once it's done, that renovation, and once it is a Waldorf, I dare say the top floor suites are going to be ridiculously expensive and almost certainly will come equipped with telescopes. Yes, they will. 100%. Telescopes. But I wasn't actually lying to the officer. She did have amazing green eyes. I've got a weakness for my friends here. A weakness for brunettes with green eyes. Dude, I just fell in love with a policewoman over there. Green eyes, brunette. Damn, she was really, really, really nice.
I can't even get through there.
Is it actually open, this part? Oh my god. Unbelievable. And did you see anyone else this morning, or was it just us?
I think Abdullah was here, that's why he's on the chair.
He's at the front of the gates crying, I think, on the floor.
Anyway, I think
So, yeah. Okay, folks. Yeah, so we continue our little stroll along the Mall. And I will also, I think, pop around toward Wellington Barracks. Now, instead of making it all about the Mall, I'm going to go into the park briefly. Why? Because it's such a magnificently lovely day that it would be criminal not to show you just how lovely London can be on a day like today. Don't worry, you're not in it, I promise. So yeah, let's cut through the park. It'll be more interesting when we come out the other end. Watching when people get too close behind me, just in case they think they're going to grab the camera and run, and they're not. It's funny, folks, but in an earlier part of life, very, very, very long time ago, for reasons that are not particularly important, I was given pretty specific instructions on basic counter-surveillance measures. I will say no more about that. Because all of you know, and I've stated it many times, both on the TikTok lives and on this channel, that I do not have and have never had any military links or familial military links, so it's not about that. Anyway, we're in the park, and look at it. Look at this. It is Instagram heaven. Absolutely glorious. What are these little flowers? Daisies. It is a daisy field, guys. Look, an absolutely glorious field of daisies. Wow. How spectacular is that? I think realistically we probably came across a dream morning. I don't want to get too close to the other end of the park yet, because if we've got the proper guard change ongoing at the palace and lots of typical music, this video will never see the light of day because of copyright. Now, potentially, even if the music earlier disrupted this video, I can mute that section. So I don't mind if it happens once, but multiple times it just ends up destroying the video. Horseguardsparade is completely locked down. Normally they actually let the public get pretty close to be able to watch it, but they've actually shut the secondary pathway, so nobody can get within 100 feet of Horseguardsparade, which is very curious, especially as it looks like the majority of the troops have already finished and left. Very curious. Anyway, so ice cream. That's actually a licensed one, guys. Yep. It's not like those pesky ice cream vans that we see. Looking for. Oh my goodness gracious! I can't bloody believe it's closed. These wretched army people, they've closed it again. I can't get to my office. I mean, that's not what he said, but that's what he was thinking, in exactly that tone of voice as well. But how's this, guys? Look, isn't it absolute heaven? The lights, the foliage, the greenery, the people. The noise you can hear behind me, fountains. Can't really see them very well. Well, we can just about spot them through the trees. Look at this. The light is something else this morning. In the park here, it is spectacular as we walk toward Buckingham Palace. And as you can hear, folks, the Chinese tourists are enamoured. And in fact, they're so enamoured that I think they're going to go home and build an exact copy of this in the provincial Chinese city. Who could blame them, eh? I mean, who could blame them? Isn't this spectacular? Look at this, everybody. I mean, a lot of you have been going on recently about, hey, you know, do a walk, go somewhere else. Happy now? I bet some of you called horse guards to complain, and they agreed to shut it this morning to force me into a walk. I know that's what it is, but that's okay. Oh, thoroughly lovely. Look, couples hand in hand. That could have been me and the policewoman. Guys, you know what I'm like? I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. I promise. Look at all the waterfowl. They've even kindly installed a board to explain, as we have such a wonderful variety here. Look at this. Quack, 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 quack. Look, geese. Heaven. I mean, it's absolutely mind-bogglingly beautiful, and I've seen this thousands of times. But it just doesn't get any better than this, guys. It really doesn't. Not just in London, but anywhere. We're about 2/3 of the way to the palace right now. The Mall is to my right. The colours are something else, aren't they? They really are absolutely glorious. Because we had so much rainfall between the beginning of this year and, to be honest, and the beginning of this month, that everything just exploded into life. Colours are something else. Tourists are taking pictures of the squirrels. Look. This squirrel decided he wants to be on the camera. Look at this. Look. He's like, are you London City Walks? Look. Oh, whoa. People were delighted actually, because obviously a lot of places they don't have these squirrels. So they see, you know, this friendly looking cute wildlife running around, not knowing obviously that could bite your finger off. Deck chairs put out in the sunshine for tourists. That's how hospitable we are as a country, as a nation. Welcome and enjoy your stay with a deck chair. Probably about, 1 second, let me see if there's a price list. I would have thought about £5 an hour, maybe £8 an hour. Let's have a look. It wasn't far off, but very reasonable pricing, I would say, to be honest with you. Unusual for central London, where almost everything is a rip-off. An hour, £4, £5 for 2 hours, good marketing there. 3 hours, £6.25, blah, 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 blah. That's actually pretty good. Wow, I mean, what better way to go to town and fall asleep, eh? In one of these glorious chairs in the morning sunshine. That would be £4 or £5 not spent but invested, people. Absolutely wonderful. Now, I kind of got myself stuck in the middle of the park, which is unfortunate. However, let me go over the fence this way. We're going to go and show you the bridge quickly, then we're going to go back out towards St James's Palace and then Buckingham Palace. The bridge is something else. It would be crazy not to show all of you guys the view from it. I've actually gone inside the zone with the rope, which was very foolish of me, but let's hope the park keeper's not about. It was, as my video would prove, entirely non-intentional. Okay, I'm back on the path. People look at me like I've just gone and taken a behind the tree, like a bear in the woods. Okay, this is the bridge, guys. I'm going to show it to you quickly because it's so thoroughly lovely. It would be unreasonable not to. Look. Obviously it's packed with people, but you get the idea. Magnificent. They're lining up the school group for a picture. Beautiful views from the bridge. We'll leave them to it. Right, up this way we go toward St James's Palace. We'll hit the Mall again. Hit St James's Palace, which is pretty much opposite. And then we'll have the palace itself, of course, in the sunshine. And almost certainly a zillion tourists. Gosh, that light is something else. It's really exploding on the screen. I hope it's this good for all of you guys. It's spectacular. Notice how the gold finery on the gates is sparkling. Queues to get some food, a coffee, whatever. Gosh. Right, okay, that's good. We're finally out of there. Wow, queue for the toilets is... Look at this.
Ahora. Ya estamos en hora.
Wow, that's a lot of people all needing to you know what. Okay, so out of the gates. Back on the Mall. That was our little park detour, guys. I know some of you would have loved to see the greenery. So we're back. So James's Palace over on the left. The road, go left, right at the top, is Piccadilly. Which obviously brings us now exceptionally close to the palace itself. Which is what I wanted. So yeah, we skipped about 2/3 to 3/4 of the Mall. Now, at the moment, I'm not seeing a single person walking along the centre of the Mall except me. There's a police officer on his bike in the middle. But if the Mall were closed, I would have thought they'd have more officers around. I mean, if he cycles towards me and tells me to get out of the centre of the road, of course I will. But for the moment, I think we're good. I mean, I hope we're good. I've actually never been arrested live on... well, it's not really live. Never been arrested on camera. Okay, so he's telling people on the bikes they need to get off the road. Oh, here we go. Does that mean, is he talking about me? 1 second, I'm going to go over to the left. This way? Can I go this side? Wait, this side's closed? Ah, so it's okay to go to the top and then cross over on the left, yeah? Thank you. Okay, meanwhile another cyclist has turned up. Okay, so we're not like breaking the rules, but they're trying to keep traffic on this side with a crossing point at the top, which is fine because we're going to the palace anyway. Speaking of which, guys, at London Home of His Majesty, which is currently being guarded. Ta-da! Anyway, onwards and upwards to the palace. Gosh, I mean, it's an absolute melee of tourists here, as one would expect. Completely jammed with people. Gazillions of people. Yikes. Oh my goodness gracious. Whoa. Wait until you see how many people there are, folks, at the front of Buckingham Palace. What the flip? My goodness me, the guard change is done. Wait, hasn't it? Hold on, what time is it? Okay, it's just finished. Wow. It is absolutely chocker. This isn't even the beginning. Wait till we get up near the fountain. Extraordinary. I've actually basically inadvertently walked pretty much 50% of the way home as well. Which I guess is an additional upside. Hold everything. 1 second, guys. Let me get under the fence. Hold on. Whoopsie. I just swung myself under. We've got some more luck. Look at this. You would not believe this, would you? You really wouldn't believe it. Coming toward us, look. Royal Air Force with household division. Did we get any more lucky? I don't think so. We've actually seen more military manoeuvres this morning than on a typical horse guards video. How lucky is that? One of the busiest tourist spots in the entire universe, guys, here, obviously. Add in what? Eiffel Tower, Trevi Fountain in Roma, Red Square maybe, not so much these days. A few other places, Times Square, obviously New York, but there are not many places that have just this completely and utterly insane amount of people. Good heavens, I need to really concentrate on what I'm doing here. Yikes. Good lord, I mean, we're not even from the palace yet, and look at it. Summer's in 2050, folks. It's not going to be enough space to even exhale. Packed in like sardines already. Imagine what it's going to be like by 2050 and beyond. Oh, we missed the HCAV officers. However, they're going back to Hyde Park Barracks anyway. I'm pretty sure they're going to go straight ahead and not take a right here. Yeah. It's the same group that we saw at the beginning anyway. Extraordinary. Okay, here comes the interesting bit. Actually getting through this lot. Heavens.
They are riding back to Knightsbridge and back to Kensington Palace. 2 miles, 1.5 miles away from us now. It's gone back to regular guard.
Very depressed looking tour group sitting down on my left. That lime green tops, they've already had enough. So I blame them. Seeing a lot of the familiar faces from horse guards. ZZ Top tour guide on the left. Oh great, music just kicking up in the front of the palace. I was hoping that actually wouldn't happen. So I'm certainly not for the moment going over that way, because we'll end up getting the video pretty much destroyed if I do that, which is not what I'm here for, obviously. But that's just the old guard finishing up. What I'm hoping secretly, possibly, is that we might catch the, which I think we've already missed it, because I think the old guard going back to Wellington Barracks, but probably already happened. Maybe not there, we'll see in a moment. I am seeing mass soldiers inside the gate, but I don't know if that's the old guard about to march out. Keep an eye on the police movements. If the police suddenly start screaming at everybody to get way back, we can expect movement. I'm going to do something a little bit naughty, guys. I'm going to walk inside the fence. Hiya, trouble.
Fancy meeting you then.
All right. One second.
There's only really been 2 things being recorded.
Good lord.
Does anybody know what they are?
Oops.
2 things with the Queen. That was one. Orthodox Council. One is a sketch with Paddington Bear. And the James Bond one.
Oops.
So yeah, just have a Queen with Paddington Bear. This is when we find out what the Queen actually carries in their hand.
Bro. Okay, I mean, I see this as a positive. There wouldn't be that on it that fast unless we were expecting soldiers to emerge. Now, the problem is going to be getting out to even get close to see it, I think. Gosh, it's so utterly packed. I'm going to try and keep moving, see if we can get out of these gates. Look at it, folks. Welcome to London. I forgot actually how much of a nightmare this is. Now you know, folks, why I try actively to avoid it. It's exceedingly unpleasant, just too many people. There's a crossing point just ahead, everyone. That's the good news. This bro will get out of the way in a minute in front of us. We get a better view. But goodness gracious me, eh? Anyone that doesn't like crowds, you know you should avoid it. Just spotted the elusive pink pelicans or storks in St James's Park, and they are actually quite elusive. But remarkably, they've all formed up just in front of us. Look at this. Look. I always hoped to see them. Remarkable that we ended up getting them on camera. Even more remarkable, if I move a teeny bit forward, is that view through the trees to horseguards, everybody. That is horseguardsparade. There's the entrance to the tunnel. Roughly a mile and a half from where I'm standing right now. Magnificent, eh? Really. Right, over we go. The sooner I get out of the Royal District, the better. Absolute pandemonium. I get the fascination, I really do, guys. It is interesting, but at some point they're going to have to say, you know what, there are too many people here. Officer, have the soldiers already marched back to Wellington Barracks?
I think they have, yeah.
They have, yeah. All right, thank you. It's okay. Okay, they have. So I have no idea what's going on in the forecourt of the palace then, because I'm still hearing music, which was not what I was expecting. If they've already finished the changeover, why is the music ongoing? Unless there is maybe a garden party or something else happening. But you can see people just love to enjoy the environment. The closest I can think of a place to this where people just like to savour every aspect of being outside and their immediate environment. Probably the Louvre in Paris. I can't really think of anywhere else where people just sort of wander and hang around and just enjoy it for the sake of it. Very unfortunate actually that we've got the music in the background. I'm hoping obviously that that won't last. I'm going to walk across the front of the palace, guys. Music is the music, nothing I can do about that at this point. I'm hoping maybe because I'm obviously talking over it, and the fact that it's kind of in the distance, maybe it won't hit a copyright strike. It'd be a real pity if this video gets lost, having just spent an hour in the boiling hot sunshine to show you the Royal District when we're not even at the peak of the summer season yet. No, this is not the silly season. This is the pre-silly season. I'm also actually really shocked, not having been here for a long time, that they still haven't repaired that gate that the car crashed into. That's extraordinary. And I would have thought that would have been absolute priority number one. And it's also if they need to do a public fundraiser, they get X £100 million a year for free already. So genuinely surprised actually that that hasn't been fixed. This will be our last little bit anyway, getting from here to the final crossing point. Whilst we've got music playing in the background.